with another episode to the Discovering Your Destiny podcast, where we help you level up your life through leadership, starting a small business, or a nonprofit organization so that you can make an income and impact doing the things that you love to do. If this sounds like something you would be interested in, listen, tune in, lock in, because today we're going to be talking about your creativity will carve a way, but you have to get out of the way. I'm so excited about this episode today. First of all, let me say this. If this is your first time here, what's up to you? Welcome. Trust me, you're in the right place at the right time. I'm going to drop some jewels on you, and I promise you might want to grab pen and paper, and you're going to get some thought-provoking things that will make you shift your perspective to go from thinking about it to actually implementing it and executing it, okay? And if you're my OG subbies, what's up, gang, gang, gang? I got so many great things coming for you guys. I haven't made a couple videos in the past couple of weeks because I wanted to go ahead and finalize a book. So just in case you don't know, I am an author. I have been in the entrepreneur space for over 15 years now. I started off from scratch, moved my way up to freelance, and I freelanced for a while because I do enjoy freelancing for other businesses and people and their vision, their dream. I have been able to freelance for top nonprofit organizations in Atlanta, Georgia, multiple celebrity clients, including the Housewives franchise, as well as a top celebrity home builder and designer in the Atlanta area. So I've had the privilege of doing a lot of great things. I've also built a prosperous and a very lucrative career in supply chain management. So I help people expand their lives, whether it be through their career with mock up interviews, resume services, or whether it be helping them bring structure to their idea in business. Okay. So I am excited about this. The book that I got is called The 28 Laws of the Underdog, How to Lead from Any Seat. You guys are going to hear so much more about it. I've been kind of sprinkling in a little bit here and there. But I just want to get that work done. Listen, we're talking right now, and today we are literally in the month of September. What does that mean? That means we have 3 months left. We're in the last quarter of 2023. Needless to say, you know better than I do that time flies. So I really wanted to wrap up that project. And now that I'm in the final stages of it, literally about to decide on the cover, in which I'm so excited about, now I'm going to really start talking about it more and more. A lot of our content is really built around this book. Now, this book is all about giving you keys and wisdom and insight on different scenarios and situations, pretty much giving you the cutting edge and advantage as far as being a misfit in multiple scenarios. I discuss a lot of different things. First of all, I always talk about how your life is a masterpiece. That's the first chapter. Your life is a masterpiece. When you really understand that you are truly a masterpiece, regardless of how you got here, I'm going to give you an example like Eartha Kitt. She was the product of rape. Eartha Kitt was the first black Batwoman or Catwoman, excuse me. Yeah, and she played that part well. But her life turned out to be way more exciting and interesting with a family and everything than many of us could even imagine. And think about the time frame that she came up in. I believe she was born in like 1929, somewhere in those early 1900s. So I'm saying all that to say, when you understand your life is a masterpiece, it just completely shifts your perspective. But 28 Laws of the Underdog, guys, and I threw in extra laws, right? Because I had already completed the concept of the book, and then I thought about some things I could not leave them out. So I put them in there as bonuses. I'm going to be giving away copies, and check this out. This is some inside information if you're on my podcast. I'm actually creating a second edition for teens, for troubled teens. You know, we have so much going on with the young people nowadays, and I truly believe that we're at a spiritual war. And Instead of us turning our backs and complaining about it, let's be the solution. And trust me, guys, everybody don't want to do something with their life. I completely get it. But I at least I want this book to be a beacon of light to some of them that do. Because there are some kids that's from the ghettos and from the hoods and from the other side of the tracks, regardless of what your ethnicity group is, and they were just looking for an opportunity. They were just looking for a chance, just like me and just like many of you. So, guys, when this book come out, every time someone purchases one of the first editions, I'm going to be giving away the second edition. So I'm so excited. You're definitely going to be hearing more about that. But going past all of that, as you see, I'm very passionate about self-development and performance, high performance, entrepreneurship. I truly believe that it is my life calling and my work, and that's what I've been doing. So, over the past weeks, God has been giving me downloads, okay? The creator, spirit, source. But I'm always going to say God. I just like those other names as well. But He's been giving me so many downloads, you wouldn't believe it. And I just kept saying to myself, do you write these things down? And I honestly have gotten way better. And I hope you do as well. Do you write down? The question is, do you write down all of the downloads that you get throughout the day? And if you're not writing them all down, because sometimes we have those brain that just run overload. We're overthinking things, right? But do you write down anything? That is the question so far, right? That's the first question. Do you write down any of the downloads that you get? And I'm talking about that because out of everything that God was giving me, it was not just about, what content to create, but it was ideas of making, it was lucrative, profitable ideas as well. And you know what it all came back to? It all came back to my creativity. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. Because a lot of times in life, even right now, we got a society of people that want to make everything so damn complicated, right? And it kind of agitates you a little bit, It's like you got people that want you to go out your way to say they, them, and their. I'm like, listen, I was already bad at grammar. Why you want to take me there now again? Keep it simple, right? So what I'm saying is a lot of times we make finding life fulfillment, we make starting a business, we make leveling up our careers, we make starting a nonprofit, we make personal things in our lives so complicated. But when you really think about all of the things that you love to do and would love to be profitable in, it's going to come from your creativity. But guess what? Your creativity is so powerful because we're going to dig into it. Your creativity is so powerful. Not only is it for your business side of it, it's for your relationships, for your life, for your personal goals, right? What do I mean by that? For an example, guys, when I first started with my weight loss, I did not need Weight Watchers or Nutrisystem to tell me to meal prep. It was something that I said, if you set this thing up, this is like a vending machine, right? However, the difference is I didn't have the guts, the confidence to push forward when I first had the idea of the low carb keto meal prep service. Okay. I had to come back years down the line, right? Because sometimes we get these ideas, and even though they come from our creativity, yes, but there is a process. There's a price to be paid for everything. In the book, 28 Laws of Power, 28 Laws for the Underdog, excuse me, I talk about how the dream is free. I know many of you have dreams. I have a dream. We all have dreams and visions that we would love. But guess what? That dream was free and it felt so good and it looked so good. It resonated with your spirit, it resonated with your soul, which is proof that you can actually have it. But the hustle that is going to require to get that dream, that's separate. That's sold separately. And that is the price that you have to pay. And many of us, we just have to keep it 100. We're not willing to pay the price. At that time, when I was doing when I started the low carb, I had started collecting recipes. When I ran into trouble, I bailed out. I went back to my career mode, right? And that's because I didn't understand the cost of wanting a vision. I didn't understand the cost of not wanting to live a mediocre life. Because at the end of the day, one thing you must realize, number one, if you got a vision that's really worth going for, you're going to have all types of trouble. But number two, life itself, even if you say, I'm going to take it easy and settle and I'm going to just stick to my job and not do nothing else, you're still going to have life trouble. So it's like you decide which level of trouble do you want? Do you want peon level, where you're not even getting paid the money you know you deserve, but people still getting on your nerves? Or do you at least get compensated so that when life trouble comes, at least you can say in your mind, you know what? I'm going to the Bahamas next week. I'm going to be there for a whole week. It's already paid for. I'm not studying these folks. I know this is just a process, right? So it's all about you deciding, number one, you're going to pay that price. But what I want to talk about and focus on today is it all comes from your creativity. Even when you pay the price. And this is what's so cool, because when you really tap into your creativity, can't nobody touch it. Can't nobody touch it. This is why I wanted to talk about it. It sounds so simple. It sounds like kindergarten, don't it? You remember creativity? We get the crayons and painting the lines, and they wanted us to paint inside the lines, right? They didn't want you to do outside the lines. And there's multiple lessons for that, because don't get me wrong, obviously you should be able to go outside the box. But painting inside the lines also was good for structure, right? But just think about free and letting your creativity flow. One thing about it, when we become adults, and I know it's because of everything we faced, all of our life pains and experiences and our journeys are different. I completely get it. I mean, sometimes I think, how am I still going? Why am I not bitter? You know, I would be lying to you if I told you that I didn't have my low days or my up days. But I'll have to be honest with you. Out of all of my heart pains and aches, there's an internal fire that can't be put out. And it's because I've tapped into my life purpose, which is surrounding my creativity. Now, what is my type of creativity? It's all in content, writing, teaching, graphics, colors, crafts, everything that I love to do. This is why it's important for you to find out yours and tap into your creativity. Like I said, guys, because number one, can't nobody touch you in your lane. Is your lane. Is your own cup of creativity. Nobody creativity is the same. You can make cakes and they can make cakes, but can nobody touch your creativity? Like, I'm gonna give you an example. Okay. So when I did the keto meal prep, right? Because in the beginning I didn't push through. But once I started up with my other businesses and I understood business more, I went back to it. I actually had multiple Spelman police officers that were my clients for meal prepping. I also did fixed calorie meals. So if you said that, hey, I want to eat only 1,000 calories a day, period, I would give you the list of things and then you would tell me what you would like. Okay. But here's an example. I bake cakes and someone else bake cakes, right? Maybe maybe they bake cakes and their whole thing is they make everything from scratch, right? Okay, cool. But guess what? My niche could be, or my creativity could say, I'm going to make box cakes, but I'm going to make them so good, they're not going to know the difference. So what I'm going to do is maybe you're going to add, like if it's a fruit flavored cake, maybe you're going to add real fruit puree. You're going to use real butter. You're going to use organic products to go in it. And then, because this is something that I used to do a lot, guys, and these cakes were so good. And then I made my frosting from scratch. I would use the finest ingredients for my frostings and would heap it on, right? Because a lot of times you get cakes, they done spent so much money on the ingredients, they skimp on the frosting. Okay, see, that's just an example of how you can let your creativity work. See, I don't mind sharing that information with you. I'm just letting you know, don't ever be intimidated because a lot of people are doing something, because your creativity cannot be touched, nor can you be crushed when you're in your own lane. Okay, so what does it take from you? How do you get in this lane? Number one, you got to just finally go ahead and say, you know what? I'm going to just be myself. I'm going to just be my authentic self. I'm just going to be me. I don't give a damn who don't like it. They can move around, right? I just want to be me because I can be the best me. And I would rather be the best me than a fake or imitation of somebody else. Like, what is that life about, right? So you have to decide to just say, fuck it, I'm going to just be me. Sometimes as a misfit, they don't like you anyway. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, they don't like you anyway. And they show it in their actions. And just like in the book that I'm dropping called The 28 Laws of the Underdog, but one of the chapters in the book talks about cutting off relationships that don't serve you, that don't benefit you. Because sometimes we love people so much and we want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but we know they ain't hitting on shit. We know they not fucking with us for real. So guess what? When you decide, I just then went through all of this. You gotta finally get tired. And everybody get tired at different states, at different stages. It's just like when you've been dealing with somebody, a man been dealing with a female and she just not getting it. A woman, you dealing with a man and you just like, man, I invested so much. But you finally realize that it's not clicking. I'm not getting nothing for everything that I invested. So you just render it as useless, right? Valueless. And don't get me wrong, yes, you're going to learn things out of those times. But what I'm saying is when you go through certain things, you just finally say, you know what? I'm just about to be me. Fuck these people. Forget these people. Okay, and I'm sorry too, because sometimes I'm going to fuss a little bit in the podcast. I'm going to keep it to a minimum because I know I'll have an audience of different people, but this is Misfit Mastery, and you got to understand, we go through it. And sometimes when you go through it, before you get to that stage where you just say, forget it, I'm just going to be me, you have been so kind, sweet, and nice, not even on a pushover level. You've just been 100. You just been 100. That's all. But guess what? People use you being straight up and honest. They use that as your weakness too. Because they just don't like you. They don't fool with you like that. And the thing is, it's two pieces to it. You have to understand, number one, you got to have the right perspective on life. Because it hurts. Because it's like, dang, what did I do to you? Because sometimes it's like the people that you look up to. Because everything that I'm talking about don't necessarily have to be romantic. It could be friends. It could be family. It be the main people you look up to. When you line up the facts and the logics and the experiences, you know they don't like you. So once you done been through all of that, it's like, fuck. Hey, you just let it all hang out. I'm just be me. What does that entail? Well, that also means really start tapping to the things that you love to do. Like, what is it? What do you love to do? A lot of times you do so much for everybody else and you put your stuff on the back burner. You'll dim your light down, or you'll put your stuff on the back burner, like I said, or you know, you'll just get off into other things. Your stuff will become a secondary and not a primary. So you gotta think about it. Like, what do you really love to do? Make a list of those things. We're gonna have some talent assessments to help you really discover your destiny and your purpose, because it's just really important, and it's going to be that fire that you need when people talk to you and treat you like crap, when customers try to cheat you, when people don't support you, when folks at the job acting up. It is going to be the eternal fire, like that Olympic light, that Olympic flame that never goes out. And I'm not telling you it's not going to be, it's easy and it's not going to be any challenges. But you must understand at the end of the day, diamonds are made under pressure, and you have to push through. And sometimes when you're in the middle, that's why it's good to go on in and don't even worry about not only looking back, because we all look back sometimes, but you're going to get tired of doing that, number one. But number two, you're too far out to even want to go back. Okay. But like I was saying, a lot of times, um, the people don't like you. But here's the other thing you must understand about it with a different perspective. Because I like to just say that people don't like you because for me, sometimes when I just really give it a raw edge self-talk about it, it really makes you say, I gotta have a place of self-dignity. I gotta have some kind of standard for my life. I don't care how much I like people or how much I enjoy somebody. I have to have a set of standards that I cannot go below, right? When it comes for me to be in a person's life or anything. That comes with understanding your life as a masterpiece. That also comes with knowing your values. Values could just be something that simply, I'm treating you like I want to be treated. And if it don't look and feel that way, I gotta go ahead and step off from this. I gotta go from this, right? I gotta leave it. Um, but like I said, once you have this a certain value on yourself, you're like, you know what do I love to do now? Okay. So tap back into those things. That's why I was talking about we're going to have these talent assessments. I actually have some, so I'm going to start getting those links up. But today, just start off by, you already know what you love to do. You don't even need a talent assessments, but I just think they're fun to really kind of expand your horizon. And it sometimes helps you um, brainstorm on things more, because sometimes as time go on, we forget sometimes the things that we love to do. Yeah, we remember some, but there are some pleasures and things that we really love to do. We kind of like have forgotten about them. But yeah, make a list of those things and really think about it. Think about how you can use those things, not only that, life experiences, to really be fruitful and to help someone else. Why? Because your creativity and your talents, that's God's gift to you. And your gift back is how you use it. All right. So think about your talents, your gifts, everything you enjoy to do, as opposed to helping someone else with that. Okay. That's one of the first things you need to do so that your creativity can carve a way for you and your family to be secure in all of these changing times. I'm telling you, it's your creativity. Creativity never goes out of style. Listen, last night I was in my feelings, life is always challenging. And I'm going to be making up I'm going to be doing another episode, and it's going to be talking about when we ask the creator questions, because a lot of schools of thought say don't ask God, don't question God. And I'm here to tell you, but I'm not going to talk about it today, but I'm here to tell you that God is so merciful that he really wants to enlighten you on many things. However, because you are his and you belong to him, he is at discretion if he tell you or not, right? So that means he don't have to tell you. But this is the other key. And I'm going to talk about it in another video. The other key is you have to really know and think to yourself, will I be able to handle the truth? See, because in the Bible, it says the truth will set you free. But the thing is, will you be able to handle it? Okay, and so in this other video, this other episode that we're going to talk about, and I'm going to talk to you about how he reveals answers. Because God revealed answers to me. I asked him about a certain place that I was investing my time in. Okay. And my instinct had been saying, this just feels like I'm wasting my time, right? This feels unbalanced. And I didn't want to accept that because they were people that were really close to me, right? But when I asked God that, he revealed it to me. So I've been going through this thing here, and I'm just talking about getting back to your authentic self, because when God reveals these things to you, you really know that you have to get on your business for yourself and for the creator, right? You have to really make sure you make that your priority in your life. This is going to give you your currency, and it's going to give you that life fulfillment in your career as well. Right. And I'm not going to go too far off into deep places, but I just want you to know that's a video that's going to come up because I know it's going to help somebody. I've really been writing down these downloads and just really trying to get everything professional and structured because I got so much content, and I don't want to sit on it anymore. It's like I'm at a birthing period, and, things are being revealed to me, and I'm saying the timeline on it. I'm saying the timeline because a lot of times we're not willing to accept it. A lot of different things that we experience in life. Um, and like I said, guys, right now is the time for you to rise up and really tap into your creativity, right? Be the best version of yourself. We won't be this young anymore. Think about it. People talk so much about, I'm getting old. I'm getting old. And here's my thing. It's not about denying that you're getting old. You're dying every second that you're living. However, it's all about the quality of life and taking advantage of the time you got right now. Right? So please, here's a second piece to it. Okay, so let me move on. The second piece to allowing your creativity to carve a way for you and your family to live the life that you want to live, you got to water your roots. You got to water your roots. Now, what do I mean by watering your roots? Think about life, your business, things that are important to you, but mainly your life and your business. Think of it as a garden, right? A garden. You sow different seeds. Why? Because you want to get different, you want to get certain crops. But to get those crops, what do you have to do? You have to water it. What is water? Water is nourishment. Water is your support system to keep you afloat while you're going through your life journey. So that would be, you have to water your roots. You have to surround yourself around people that truly, truly appreciate you. They appreciate you. Not out of convenience, not some shallow existence, not some, you're pulling up, but we're laughing behind your back deal, right? Not something, let me make you look bad any chance I get type of stuff. They really appreciate you. They're not tolerating you. They value you, right? When you come over their house, they're really excited that you're there, right? When you come to their events, when you click on their social media and support them and comment on their page, right? They really value you. Here's the thing, and it's not one-sided, okay? You're supporting them and they're supporting you. It's not one-sided, okay? This is one of the most important things because A lot of times as misfits and just people that want to level up their life, a lot of times the main people who you thought would support you, they don't support you. They don't support you. It just seems like they get ghosts, you know. And it was so weird because last night I was really feeling bad. I was really feeling bad, you know. And I called some people up. I text them. Guys, I didn't get any response. I didn't get any response. I got one response, and that was about 30 minutes ago before I got on the podcast. So you must understand that a lot of times the support piece is the reason that a lot of people just decide to stay on the same level and be basic and just settle, right? Just settle in life. But what I want you to understand is support, you have to make an effort to go out and get new friends. I know we're in a time now where everybody talks about fake friends, but guys, nobody can go it alone. No one can go alone. The vision that you have is too big, right? If you need graphic designs and you don't graphic design, you need someone else that really can feel your vision and be able to put it in graphic terms. So it's about you making the work, doing the work to get the support systems that you need. And I'm so serious about this, and I'm so passionate about this one. This is really the theme of my life right now, all the way, all of next year, definitely. Um, so I started up last year, and then I had got when I had my top business contracts, they were canceled, and it just really changed my life. Like, I mean, a lot. Okay. So I'm literally rebuilding my business. I had 6 employees. I am down to 2 now. Okay. So, just a lot of things changed. That's just the wave of how business is. And it's a learning experience. But the difference is, because I'm going to keep it 100 with you guys. A lot of times people try to act like, oh, I started my business and I pressed the send button and I got $10,000 in sales. It's like, no, tell the truth. Tell the truth. How long did it take you to get there? If it didn't take you a long time, you probably knew someone or you did something strange for a little piece of change. I mean, everybody has their different journeys, right? But we know it's not a freaking crystal stairway to get things done all the time, right? So what I want you to understand though is we're living in a time now where it is a lot of fake crap out here. But I truly believe that not just energy, because sometimes good energy attracts weirdos. Okay? A lot of people always say, yeah, if you have the right energy, you're going to know. Sometimes, you could be a giving person and you got narcs on your trail, all kind of stuff, right? But when you put yourself in the right environments, it really amps up the ratio. It really elevates the opportunities. Let me say that. When you put yourself in the right environment. Now, that right there, guys, it truly has not served me wrong. What do I mean by that? Go to the places where people are that you want to be around, that really dig what you're doing, right? So if you want to be a dancer, go where dancers are, right? Whether they be a strip club, right? Because they might go early to learn how to dance, okay? Or if it's a Latino dance studio, right? Meetup groups, Facebook groups. You can start virtually, but there's people out here really getting together in real life. And you have to decide what level of support do you want and do you need. Be honest with yourself. See, this is about you. No need of lying. This is about you. And if you are truly making a life, creating the life that you want, now is the time to be honest about everything. Okay. What type of support system do you need? For me, I want in person. I love virtual as well, though. Virtual is good, but I need to have in person as well. I want to see the people. I want to see their progress. I want to vibe with them and laugh with them and make priceless, memories you know? So you have to decide on that. And last but not least, about allowing your creativity to flow through and getting out of your own way, it's going to be about tending to your garden, right? So you watered your garden. So after you water that garden, that means you're about to get some growth, right? But guess what? To make sure you get the best things, you have to tend to it while it's growing. So that means you have to pick out the weeds, make sure the bugs don't get it and come destroy your crops. How do you do that in real life? Make sure that whatever it is that you are going to pursue, whatever area of your creativity that you decide is going to carve your way out, because for some of you, you might be multi talented, right? If you're multi talented, you may not start on everything at the same time. You might start on one thing, one to two things. But most of the time, guys, it takes so much energy to do one thing. Stick to the one thing. Because here's the thing, that one thing will incorporate every other thing that you love to do. I can promise you that. That's what I love about getting to your purpose. Your purpose will use everything that you're talented to do. Okay? Everything that you're talented in, it will use those things either as doorways, as ways to make money, as talking, as ways to connect. So this is why you have to be around the people that support your creativity, right? Because at any given time, if you're in the right environment, the universe, the creator, will send an opportunity your way that can only be fulfilled by your talents. Okay, you dig what I'm saying? So the tending to your garden means when you identify the creativity that you're going to be using it from your stock, now you want to make sure you tend to it, sharpen it, level it up, practice it, get ready, stay sharp with it, be the best that you can be on it, right? Continue to upgrade it, right? Fertilize it. What does that mean? Get upgrades. If it is going online, take a new course. If you need a new laptop, buy a new laptop. If you need new markers, if you need whatever it is, new bakeware, get new bakeware, right? If you need a new ring light for your podcast, a green screen, get those things. Stay sharp in it. Stay prepared. Continue to make sure so when that fruit come out, it's going to be the best fruit that you know you can produce. Why? Because even if it's only three things, if it's only three crops that you get out, when you do your best at it, the creator is going to multiply it. I truly believe this. Why? Because you get doubles for your trouble. Tending to your garden also know what season are you in. Is it time to fertilize? Is it time to remove the weeds? Is it time to just meditate? Right? You have to also know that everything in life is about the art of timing. That's also a rule in the book. It's a law in the book, right? This is why it always trips me out when people are so competitive, always want to compete. It might be your time to go on stage. If it's your time to be on stage, it can't be my time. If it's my time, that don't mean it's going to be with you. It might be in a different arena. But see, a lot of times people be so intimidated by your confidence and you at least knowing what you at least want to try. You just got ideas on the paper. You nervous than anybody else. But when you understand the direction you want to go in, it's really the ultimate confidence. That's another law in the book. Life direction is the ultimate confidence. You could be broke as a joke, but when you know where you want to go, guess what? People start getting intimidated by it. Why? Because you carry yourself different. See, raggedy people, they carry themselves in a raggedy manner because they're not working on nothing. They're not shooting for anything. They don't have any direction. But when you have direction, you can be dirty just leaving the daggone recycling trash yard, and you can walk right through Walmart with some dirty steel toe boots on with dignity and pride. Why? Because you're working on something. It's direction. So tending to the garden, it requires for you to be able to identify those seasons, knowing what time you are in your planting, in your garden. Continue to upgrade with fertilizers, classes, so that you can get the ultimate growth. At the end of the day, I like to always say, continue to remain in an ABL state of mind. What is ABL? ABL stands for always be learning. Okay? Always be learning. And a lot of times in life, we go through a lot of different things. We all have our own personal journey. This is why I'm so excited to help you on your journey towards discovering your destiny, because that's the only thing that makes all of life ups and downs that much more fruitful, right? Because we know we're working on something that's way bigger than us, and it's going to be able to help us and people that come years after we're gone. That's what makes this so powerful. Okay, remain in an ABL state of mind. And always, I want to thank you guys so much for joining me on this episode of Discovering Your Destiny. I hope that I've inspired you and empowered you to embrace your identity so that you can use it as a force for